All right, friends, Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is the first Shabbos of 5784.
It
It is. And we have Cantor Beth here for at least Kabbalat Shabbat. It's a beautiful day here in Huntington. It's the first day of autumn. Summer is behind us. Thanks, Scott. And we have winter to look forward to, which is good. I like that. But it is a beautiful Friday night here, the first Shabbat of the new year, the last regular Torah reading that we'll have of this cycle is this weekend. The next Torah portion will be read solely on Simchat Torah and not on Shabbat. So lots going on. But Cantor Beth is here, and we are going to begin with the lighting of candles. Judy, you want to bench licht, please? Look long. And it's on page 2 and 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, our lives, give light to all who behold us. As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu halekner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Thank you. Let's continue with the responsive reading. Today, page 6. Page 6 near in the middle. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
Jump ahead to page 20. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla. Shamar v'zachor v'dibor echad, ishmi'anu el ha'miyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litehila, lecha dodi. Likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabla. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'nelcha, ki hi mikor haberacha, meirash mikadem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machashvat techila, lecha dodi. Likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabla. Mikdash melech ir meducha, kumitzei mitoch ha'hafecha, ravach shevet be'emek habacha, v'hu yachamol alai michemla, lecha dodi. Likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabla. Itna ari me'afar kumi, livshi bidei tifartech ami, ayad ben yishai beit halachti, korva el nafshi ge'ala, lecha dodi. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעורף קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהני, ואף יחפשו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר אל תילה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלעייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, ימסוס חתן על כלה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, נקבלה. Please rise. בואי ושלום עטרת פלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי. לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, נקבלה.
Let's turn to page 22 for some verses from Psalm 92, the Psalm for Shabbat. Let's read the top outdented paragraph together. A psalm, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. With a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. And we continue with Tzadik Katamar.
Tzadik katamar yifrach, ke'eres bavanon yizkeh, shetulim bebeit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu, od yenubun b'seva, deshenim bera'ananim yiyu lehagid, ki hashar Adonai tzuri ve'lo'av latavo.
Page 24, we welcome the angels who come to spend Shabbat with us. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nilsha השלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאצא לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We have completed Kabbalat Shabbat. We have welcomed the Shabbat bride, and we're now ready to begin on page 146. Please rise, 146 for Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach le'olam va'ed.
May be seated, page 147. Let's read responsively the bottom of the page. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom.
Day follows in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures.
Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravi.
Top of 148, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otan limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochenu u'b'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu u'behem negeh yomam v'layla yomam v'layla ve'ahavatcha al tasir b'menu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Middle of page 151. 151. Let's read responsively. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness eludes our grasp, as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom.
Top of 152, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati lo aseferet, malchutecha ra'u bokeyayam lifnei Moshe Miriam, ze'eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, ve'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, uge'alom hiya chazak mimenu, baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
On the top of 153, the first two lines of Hashkibenu.
Hashkibenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Hashkibenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ushmor tziteinu uvoleinu l'chayim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkibenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim.
Let's read together in the English. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence, we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Baruch ata Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
We are on page 154. Vishamru. It's not Shabbat without these verses from Exodus. Vishamru.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. ביני ובני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
All right, friends, please rise. We are at the central section of the evening service, the Amidah, and we'll chant with Cantor Beth 155, 156, and 157. As this is Shvat Shuvah, there are some additions, especially on 156, 157, and then at the end in Shalom Rav. So please pay attention, and you'll see other places where it says Shabbat Shuvah as well.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagite ilatecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagite ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד אתה, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אב הרחמים, זוכר יצוריו לחיים ברחמים, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש בשמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש, המלך הקדוש.
going to continue, middle of page 160. 160, let's read this paragraph together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
A little bit of Hoda'ah on page 163, a little bit of Thanksgiving. Lots to be grateful for this week. The opportunity to have Cantor Beth here, the beginning of the new year, the beginning of the first day of autumn. And so let's read responsively in the top of page 163. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks.
For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise.
For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being.
We'll close out on 164, as always, with a prayer for peace. This evening, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Ki atahu melech adom, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adom, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. B'sefer Chaim beracha b'shalom u'parnasa tova. Nizacher v'nikatev lefanecha. Anachnu v'chol amecha Beit Yisrael. L'chaim tovim u'lishalom. Baruch atah Adonai, Oseh HaShalom.
We jump ahead to 253 for one of the Mishaberach prayers for those who are ill. And if you have anyone who needs a little bit of extra healing, please keep them in your thoughts and close to your heart. The middle of page 253.
Yishabeirach avotenu mikor habracha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishabeirach imotenu mikor habracha la'avot Simcha, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We're now going to jump to page 258, prayers for our community. And Hoyt, prayer for our congregation, please.
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us. Love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy.
Baruch atah Adonai, sheltecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod. Mari, how about the prayer for our country?
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work for peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit.
Amen.
Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim, Yishlayu, Hovaich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabashamayim, Tzur Yisrael, V'go'alo, V'arech et Medinat Yisrael, Reishit Tzmichat Geulatenu, Hagein Aleha B'Evrach Chasdecha, Ufros Aleha Sukat Shlomecha, Ushlach Orcha Amitecha, V'Rasheha, Sareha V'Yotzeha, V'Tatneim Be'etzah Tova Milfanecha, V'Natata Shalom Ba'aretz, V'Simchat Olam Yoshveha, V'Nomar Amen. Marilyn, how about in English, please? 259?
Change page too quickly. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread it over the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there.
Amen. Thank you. All right, friends, Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos. This weekend's Parsha is Ha'azinu, the penultimate, right? That's a fancy word. I like that one. Penultimate means next to last. Sounds better than next to last. Penultimate. It's the last one. It's the last one that we'll read on a Shabbat or during a regular service. And it's Moshe's prayer. It's a poem that he has written to be recited just before he ascends Mount Nebo, where he is going to die. He is the last of that generation that came out of Egypt. Everyone else is dead. And the children of Israel are waiting for Moshe to give them the word to cross the Jordan and conquer the land. Moshe declares that God is tzaddik v'yashar hu. God is true and upright and never false. He reiterates that the children of Israel need to remember their history. Don't forget where you've come from and their special relationship with God. It was God who took care of their ancestors even when they turned away from God. So God is a good presence, a presence that will always be there. Moshe reminds them that God at any time could have wiped them out because of the many times that their ancestors, their parents and grandparents showed their disloyalty, but God didn't. And Moshe reminds them that God didn't do that because God didn't want the enemies, the Canaanites, the Philistines, all of those, to think that they wiped them out, but instead that it was not God's punishment against the children of Israel And so God chose not to destroy them. Moshe reminds them that it is God who constantly saves Bnei Yisrael from destruction, and says, Ani amit v'achaya. I deal with death and I deal with life. God is in charge of all of our lives. And God will bring punishment, or justice or vengeance upon all of Israel's enemies. All we have to do to ensure that is take the Torah to heart. And in the mind or the language of the Torah, the heart equals the mind. We have to internalize it. The mind in the Torah and in the entire Bible does not refer to our intellect. That's a much later understanding, but the heart equals the mind. And we are to teach these words. We're to teach this Torah to our children, and it represents, or it is our very life. Moshe is told then by God to climb to Mount Nebo, and there he will die. It's a beautiful poem that he wrote at the end of his life. It's full of vivid imagery, and it's meant to give the people hope. And so this, friends, is your Torah for this week in a nutshell. We are in the period right now known as the Yamim Noraim, the days of awe and wonder. Nora means awesome, wonderful, something to be paid attention to. But I often wondered if the word days, D-A-Y-S, should be spelled D-A-Z-E. So we have the days of awe. And that might be a more fitting term for this period. Just thinking about the high holidays can cause our eyes to glaze over, right? And we fall into a daze. Many people feel this way. Sometimes even clergy feels this way. But the services are long. The prayers are substantially different than the ones that we're used to. The tunes are different, even if they're the same tunes we've sung for 50 years. We only sing them once a year, so not everybody's familiar with them. There are many services. It's just a long period of time. And so we may feel overwhelmed, and we may feel overloaded, and we may feel, as a word that I invented just recently, oiskadavend, right? We're all davened out. We're all prayed out by time we get to the end of the days of awe and wonder. To be honest, it takes a very strong person not to zone out during this period. There really is too much to digest. Big questions that we ask. We're looking for even bigger answers. And we have deep thoughts about where we are, where we're going, who we are, who we want to be, our relationship not only to God and each other, but to ourselves. So there is a lot of days in these days, and it can seem like too much. But then there's that moment, that A-H-H-H-H, not A-W-E, but the days becomes something clicks, and we get it. We get why we're here. We get why we're davening so much. We get why we take the time and the energy to come to synagogue for these days of awe and wonder, because finally we understand it. And maybe it's only one thing. Maybe it's just one piece that clicks for you, and it's an understanding that you've been looking for, or something that was troubling you, and it's right there. One moment, one thing, we get it. You might have one insight, maybe an insight into the prayer, into a certain prayer that you've been struggling with, or it's an insight into your life, where you're going and where you want to be. But at that moment, it all comes together. That moment of awe turns into awe. It turns into a moment of tremendous understanding, and we get it. But if you're like me, then we begin to wonder, well, why didn't I get it sooner? Why was I not attuned to it? Well, we need the days, the many days, and the days, D-A-Z-E, so our minds can loosen up a little bit. so it all can fall into place for us and allow us to get it. We are right now in the middle of the days of awe and wonder. And Sunday night will enter into one of the most important days on our calendar, Yom Kippur. And so my prayers for us all are, may these days of awe and wonder lead us to more days when we feel awe and sense wonder. Shabbat Shalom and Gamar Tov. Maury, what is the time?
Kadoosh.
It is time for Kiddush. Yes, it is. Lest I forget that it is the time for Kiddush. It's right here. Whatever you want. Don't use my Siddur. I'm not going to let you use my Siddur. Stay away from my Siddur. It's too good for you.
Nothing is too good. I'm sorry, did somebody say something? I didn't hear anything. Did you hear? There's like a buzzing in the back of my head.
Wait, I got to get to my deaf ear next to you.
I'm gonna try tonight.
All right.
Vayhi.
Vayir vayivaker Yom HaShishi Vayichlu HaShamayim VaHaaretz V'chol tzva'am Vayichal Elohim B'yom HaShvi'i Melachto Asher Asa Vayishpat B'yom HaShvi'i Mikom Melachto Asher Asa Vayivarech Elohim Et Yom HaShvi'i V'kadesh Oto Ki bo Shabbat Mikom Melachto Asher Bara Elohim Lasot Sabrim Aranan
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu v'shabbat chodsho be'ahava u'b'ratzon imchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereishit Ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zecher tziat mitzrayim ki banu bacharta vertanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
That's good here. Page 282. We'll start closing out our service. Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל העולם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שבנות השמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינת זו וגובר מרומים ואלוהינו ערים עוד אמת מלכנו את הסולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת יום והשבת אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל והארץ כי המלכות שלך היא, ולעולמי תמלוך בכבוד, הכתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
May be seated. This week we observed the following yard sites: Lloyd Mack Amster, relative of Gloria Mazzo; Herman Brodoff, Mark's father; Anna Gottlieb, Jack's mother; Elsa Simon Landau, related to Bert and Grant Landau; Max Shrinsky, Sherry Solochek's uncle; Dora Cohen Mayer, friend of Jane Glick; Robert Einstein, son of Sidney Poland and brother of Haven; Samuel Jason, relative of Mayer; Sophie Schreiber, Barbara Gross's mother; Nettie Supovitz, Lynn Mayer's aunt; Barnett Fish, husband of Fanny, Francis Fish Tompkins' grandfather; Jack Glick, Miriam's husband; David's dad, uncle of Billy Glick and Barbara Glick Shapiro; Sam B. Kaplan, Judy Woodruff's maternal grandfather; Violet Wutcher, Rabbi David Wutcher's mother; Joe Harry Cohen, David Cohen's father, Marilyn's father-in-law; Anthony Skolik, Stephanie's father; Genevieve Woodruff, Ed's mother; Jacob Feinberg, Herman's relative; Ferdinand Fichtelberger, relative of David Field; Hannah Fichtelberger, relative of David Field; William Glick, related to Herb and Betty Kolker; Hedvig Heyman, relative of David Field; Moritz Heyman, relative of David Field; Ellen Weinberger, Richard's wife, mother of Paul and Ned. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May their memories be a blessing to us all, and may they all rest in peace. Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Dalma Divrach Yurte, Viamlik Malchute, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'zman Kariv V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Almaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar, Mam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei D'kutsha Richu, Le'elam Yimkol Birchata B'shirata, Tushbachata V'nechamata, Da'amiram V'alma V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlamha Rabbah Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. All right, friends, you may be seated. A couple of quick announcements from our president, Hoyt. He's got the announcements. I don't know what's going on.
I might need help this time.
All right, we'll help you
All
out.
right, thank you. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, so we're entering our second week of the High Holy Days, and thank you for being here tonight in person or on the intertubes. Tomorrow we do have a service at 10, our usual service at 10. Show up, we'll have a good time and we'll appreciate your presence. Sunday, big day, of course, we have our first service for Yom Kippur, and we will start the evening, correct?
Yes, but we have Sunday morning service at 9.
We have Sunday morning service at 9, and then what time in the evening?
6:45.
6:45, so be here for that. Then we come back on Monday. If you are in school or have work, yes, you can get a permission slip for that. Show up on Monday. We will start, I believe, at 9 a.m. on Monday for Yom Kippur service. So make sure to attend that. I know I will. And then we come back to break the fast
Most of us will be here all day.
all day.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just come and stay.
Okay.
Come and
Come and
stay.
stay. I'm going to be here.
We
I'm
have
not
some
going to work.
services, we have some learning. we
Yeah.
have some-
We've got all
Come and
sorts of
stay.
things.
Yes.
Come and stay. We will not provide the food until break the fast.
That's right.
But that's great. It's a great excuse to come here and get a good day of worship in and everything. I know I'm going to fast this year, by the way. I'm going to do it.
Go for it.
I'm doing it.
Cake is in the hate. Go and be well.
All right. Very good. And then after that, we return. I believe we're going to have our Yiddish choir on Wednesday evening by Zoom, and then we're back here on Friday evening at 6 p.m. Updates.
Start a Sukkot.
Start of Sukkot, and we are also still having renovation done outside on the temple, and it's going very well. I've got pictures if you want to see them. It's looking very clean and green on top there. So thank you again for showing up tonight. Shabbat Shalom, and great to see y'all.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, there will be a brief service out at the cemetery. I'll be there. We'll recite some prayers, and then you are free and to visit with your relatives who have left this world. So that's Sunday at 11 a.m. All right. I want to say Yesh Koach to Cantor Beth for davening this evening, giving us a taste of some of the tunes that we'll be hearing on Sunday night and Monday. And, you know, I've already had enough of her, but apparently we're coming back Sunday and Monday. So
You're
I'm
totally
stuck.
back.
Yeah. Page 321, we'll close out with Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Hashem Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa V'cherzo Kol Azar Melech Shemo Nikra Azar Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kikvat HaKol Levado Yimloch Torah Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Mored Ve'hu Yiyeh B'tifarda Ve'hu Yiyeh B'tifarda Ve'hu Echad Ve'em Sheni Lehamshir Lo Le'hachira Beli Reshit Beli Tachlit Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'hamisra Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'hamisra Ve'hu Eli Ve'chai Goali Ve'tzor Chavli Ve'eit Tzara Ve'hu Nisi U'manosli Menakosi B'yom Ekra Menakosi B'yom Ekra B'yado Afkid Ruchi Ve'eit Ishan Ve'a'ira Ve'imruchi Geviati Adonai li v'lo ira, Adonai li v'lo ira.
All right, before we take our leave on this beautiful Shabbat evening, let's see who says hello to us via the intertubes. We have Donna Wilson, Shabbat Shalom, and you are right. It has been a gorgeous day. Thank you, Donna. Shabbat Shalom to you as well. Here we have David from Manchester, England. Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos. Thank you, David. Same to you. Up there's Mom. Shabbat Shalom to all from Rabbi's Mom and Cliff. Thanks, Mom and Cliff. Hope you had a great day. Thank you. David T. Grant David Tate. Shabbat Shalom and Gemar Chatima Tova, everyone. Thank you, Grant David. Same to you. All right, friends, lots going on this weekend. It's a big weekend. Please come and join us. I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a good Shabbos. Gemar Chatima Tova. May you be sealed for all things good. And please, please be careful out there.
Shabbat shalom.